Welcome to the Team 7 Pirates podcast, the show that talks about almost everything under the sun, from animated sports and from music to video games. I'm Kaz, here with my boy Khalil, my big brother Yogi. Now let's get into it.
I'm passionate about this stuff, so I don't, and Khalil, but he told me this is not that type of podcast.
Yeah,
so,
I got you.
Let's go to who's on your Mount Rushmore basketball.
He turned into the host on our ass.
Hey, Pops, what's the next topic, go?
Who's on your Mount Rushmore basketball and why? Hey, and I got a twist for y'all. You can't choose the same one person. We're going to go down the line, and if I say LeBron James, can't nobody else say LeBron James.
Okay, well let me go first then, because LeBron.
No. We ain't going shit.
Let me go.
He got me fucked up. The guest get to go first.
Y'all are gonna race each other to put LeBron on the list, and LeBron ain't on the list. So let me go ahead and get my list out.
Let the guest go first, Yogi. Let the guest go first. He not gonna be on mine. But let the guest go first.
I don't give a fuck.
Hold up. When I say we go down the line, you're not naming all the people, all four people at once. We're naming one person at a time.
Okay. And
So
you said but they also can't be the same too?
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, I'm ready. I know who I got. I already got my full. I looked at that. I said, all right, bet.
Well, since LeBron ain't on none of y'all, he damn sure on one of mine.
He damn sure on mine too. He on Kaz too. He on Kaz's too. So since you said that, he got to do his research now. Kaz got to do his research now.
I don't got to do research. Cause you know,
I ain't got to do a goddamn thing.
Pops, he betting on you to carry him to the fucking promised land. Same way LeBron do with his damn teammates. But go ahead. I'm gonna hear y'all shit first, cause I'm ready to talk shit. I'm about to take a shot. Let's go.
I ain't betting on shit.
You said LeBron James is one on the Mount Rushmore. Out of my four, LeBron James is one.
Is he the head or just one?
Well, to me, when you're on the Mount Rushmore,
it doesn't matter. There's no order. Okay. I just wanted to check.
Rushmore.
All right.
There ain't no head.
All right.
Let him speak, yo. He goddamn.
Hey, nigga, look.
Yogi get passionate about this. He get passionate. He's been waiting for this. Crazy thing is, the crazy thing is, for the first topic.
And Melo ain't on mine either, motherfucker. But Melo's still better than Braun. Go ahead.
For the crazy thing is, the first thing.
Okay, here we go.
Nigga, never.
I wanted my dad to explain why, but I tried to help Kaz go into the next subject because I knew you was passionate about the first thing. But I know baseball is a thing that changed a lot of people's lives. That's why I brought it up. And since we went to sports, I figured Kaz would pick up on it, but his ass didn't because he listening in.
I didn't want to interrupt what he was saying. Like I had whatever I was gonna say next.
He stopped talking though.
Before he said anything, he said, "Hey man, fuck all that. I'm gonna stop talking." And I was like, "Okay, let me say my line." Hey, well shit, who's on Mount Rushmore? I said, "Well shit, fuck man."
Before even that, he stopped talking. When he stopped talking, it was like, you got a point. You ain't wrong about that. And Yogi agreed with you, and then you just let the man keep talking.
Hey man, what shit? What the fuck, man? He had good knowledge about it to talk about, man. What the fuck you want me to do?
I get that.
Just, get off their chest what they saying. So I totally get his thing. But, I respect what me and you already talked before this. So I knew you didn't want to get into that, and I stopped myself. So
I knew you was going to catch yourself.
All by myself. Like, I can really go off into a tangent. So.
I know you can.
It's all good.
That's why it was interesting stuff. But I just wanted to let Kaz know Tried to throw you an alley so you go to the next topic before he went on talking about his passion, but you ain't take it.
He had a good 2 more minutes before I'll be like, I feel you, Pops. But hey man, what's your Mount Rushmore back? He had 2 minutes. Hey man, he had 2 minutes. And I was like, I feel you, Pops. But you got, hey man, let's get to the next topic.
That man was a rest layup package for that.
I can show you better. I can tell you then. Motherfucker.
But why is LeBron in your Mount Rushmore, Pops?
You said why is he on my Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Well, there's a multitude of factors.
We need three.
Three factors.
I want to hear the multitude.
There's a multitude of factors. Hey, just give me 3G.
Okay, it's a multitude of topics.
I know there is.
It's a plethora of factors.
And I know Yogi is going to look for a comeback for all of them. So the top 3.
I'm chill.
We ain't worry about him. He ain't worry about him.
Ain't no chilling. Well, one of them is
ain't no chilling. Let's go.
Well, one of the factors is so I used to coach basketball, and I don't care what anybody says. When you coach kids, you don't teach them you teach them to be a team player. And I think LeBron is the ultimate team player. He'll turn down a shot to get a great shot. And that's something you ask for when you coaching younger kids. If you got 3 people on you, you don't try to force a shot up. Even though, that dude might not have made a shot all the damn game, but you still pass them the ball because it's a team sport. If it was an eye sport, we would be playing golf or tennis.
And that's probably why he said that statement too, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the factors, that he is the ultimate team player. Another factor is much pressure that was on LeBron James from the age of 16. I cannot say that there's not a better role model.
No need your ad-lib.
I got shit for that too. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Pops.
There's nobody in the NBA history that has the same resume as LeBron James, from coming in the league and not getting in any trouble or any outburst. The only trouble this nigga got in is he made a business decision to go to fucking Miami, and fucking Cleveland lost their damn mind and wanted to burn some jerseys. That's the only major trouble and that wasn't even trouble. And then if people look on the back end, the only reason he televised it was to help
for the youth group.
Money on the back end, but people don't care about that. Talking about it's all about the kids. No, they don't care about the kids.
They say, fuck
it's
them
all
kids.
about me.
Fuck them kids.
Exactly.
See,
that's the second thing.
Okay.
And then the last thing is LeBron James is a perfect example of how if you want to dedicate yourself not just to sports, but to anything, you not only need to maintain your body, but you need to maintain your mind. He's a perfect example of somebody that has been 20 plus years in this business of basketball. And it's just recently where he had a little tweaks to where he couldn't be an optimal performance. Nobody else in the history, he's still doing things right now that nobody his age has been able to do. People have been in the league when they're in their late 30s and 40s, but they weren't leading teams. They weren't the top scorer.
They on the bench.
And sometimes
they not starting.
Rebounder and assist. They was not counted on as that. They were an afterthought that was just hanging around to finish off their legacy as a player. And LeBron James
and chasing the ring at that time.
Okay. 3 reasons that LeBron James is part of why he's on my Mount Rushmore of basketball.
Okay, hold on, Pops. Before you go, hold on. Before anybody else go. So how do we want to do this? I feel like I want Yogi to go But then again, if I make him go,
it's not crazy. It's actually not crazy.
Me and Cash won't be able to go.
And I'm not going that. I'm not. Look, he made it 3, and I'm quick to the point.
It ain't even Yogi no more. He done turned into Skip. Hey, Skip, what you got?
Here we go. See, look. It
ain't even Yogi. Skip, what up, G?
Tom, listen. If I turn into Skip, he turn into Shannon, and he being a big fan right now with his bed sheet spread out with LeBron on him right now. Trying to put homie and shit. Because hold up, wait.
Hey, these bed sheets is homemade, motherfucker. These shits is homemade, man. What you mean?
Bad shakes. I heard that. Bad shakes.
Let me hear your rebuttal.
What you got, Yogi? What's going on, Skip?
So, here's what I gotta say. Chill out with the Skip. Alright, so Pops' points are actually all valid.
First, who's on your Mount Rushmore first?
Who's on my Rushmore? No. Yeah. I'm rebuttaling this first. Then I get to mine. So, because you understand when I finish. All
right, go ahead.
All of his points were actually valid.
Unlike Cash.
For real. Honestly,
that Cash son ain't gonna stop now.
Cash be out the fucking pocket with his shit. Anyway,
come on, man.
All right, I got you. So all your points are valid. Yes, he is a team player. Yes, the pressure. Matter of fact, everything you said are the things that I actually like LeBron for, to be honest with you. But here's the thing. My difference is separating LeBron as the person and the example he is versus the ball player making him the GOAT. Now, he is the perfect example of what you want for an NBA player. He's never gotten into any trouble. He's a family man. He has fought for political things. He has literally built up the community, everything like that. Then when it comes to the pressure, nobody has come out of high school with the pressure that he has. Literally, his pressure was the next Jordan. Now, we've watched other NBA players crumble under that same pressure. Jerry Stackhouse at one point in time was supposed to be the next Jordan just because he came out of UNC as well. Exactly. You see how quick you say, ain't no way? Exactly. That's how fast he fucking crumbled under that pressure, but LeBron didn't. So I give him his kudos for that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? We got Grant Hill as well. Like, the league was searching for the next Jordan, and we found him in LeBron James. Now, then as far as the team player, yes, even when you watch the way that he came up to the fact that they even redoubling and doubling down on it with his high school playing years, the St. Vincent, St. Mary shit, because they already had that documentary with the real them, young Drew hitting the threes, the shortest man on the court, but was balling the fuck out. And you see the reason why LeBron plays the game the way he plays. He always grew up playing in a system with his friends, with people he loved to play with, and already knew everybody's weaknesses and strengths. But here's why I say I don't have him as my GOAT. I like him as a player a lot.
Stop, Yogi. This ain't about a GOAT. This is about Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
We never said about a GOAT.
You're right. He's not on his Mount Rushmore either.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. GOAT.
That's what he's saying. He's not on his Mount Rushmore either.
Literally, the point is, when it comes to it, it comes down to, as soon as you don't say he's not the GOAT or he's not this or that at the top of somebody's list, then there's, why the fuck he not? I got it separated. Okay. I got it separated between the player and the person. As a person, LeBron is the truth. LeBron is probably the best. Not even probably. LeBron is the best ambassador of the game that there's ever been, to be honest with you. But when it comes to on the court, I want to see killer instinct. Team player, yes, okay. But at the same time, when it comes to team player, man, this man had like 80 trades in his whole career ever since he went to Miami. Yo, as soon as your teammate ain't doing the right thing, when you make that right pass at the moment, that nigga gone. That nigga, the crowd is literally chanting, LeBron's gonna trade you to people. He's never developed any teammates to become better, but the narrative is he makes his teammates better. He's never done it.
So Yogi, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
So let me hit back on that.
Guys, don't say nothing.
For this one. We'll take your funky ass examples of
Cash. You don't gotta say nothing. Here we go. Cash. You don't gotta say nothing.
This motherfucker was a 42% 3-point shooter before he got traded to Miami. Since that's what you want to go towards as far as hitting people with knockdown shooters. Yeah, it's not my fault. Your fucking the pressure of being on the team with me, a star player, shrunk your goddamn ass way to be able to make 3-point shots in the corner. Kyle Korver went from being a 42% 3-point shooter to like a 30-something% that could not hit the back of a barn when he was on the team with LeBron James. He was not the only one that has shrunk under the pressure. There's only been a few players that were 3-point shooters that actually got better. So when you saying you making a team better, nigga, if you never made it to the finals or the fucking or a Western Conference final or never got past the second round in the playoffs and you was on my team and we made it to those heights that you never been to, I made your ass better because it's a team sport and I didn't get there by myself. So you can say that for J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, and then you look at those players after the fucking fact.
I got something for that shit.
They never made it back to those heights again.
So here's the thing.
You can even use your boy Kyrie Irving. When was the last time this nigga been in the Eastern or Western Conference Finals since he left LeBron James?
And my question to rebuttal that is, when's the last time he's been healthy for a whole season to even play?
Okay, again, the nigga wasn't healthy when he played with LeBron. So let's give me another factor, player.
He was healthy enough to be there for the finals. He's never even been healthy enough to be in the playoffs again.
But not the first 2 years that him and LeBron was there. Because if that was the
we're not talking about with LeBron, because you said after LeBron. When has he been healthy to be in the playoffs? Because that's what you said.
But that just goes to show you that he was able to manage those health factors because all of the shit wasn't put on him. The reason why his body got burnt out in those other instances is because he could not put up. It's one thing to ask somebody to come in and put up shot. Hey, I'm gonna have Yogi. I need you to shoot me 20 shots this game and for here on out. But then Cass can't make it to the game, so Yogi, I need you to put up 50 shots and make these 50 shots, not just doing 50 shots. I need you to make them. And I need you to do that day in, day out until Cass bring his black ass back. When you ask for that shit,
and
it's a different story.
You know what? And you know what? And you know the only time we had that? You know the only time we had that? You know the only time I said, you know the only time that he actually had that?
What? When?
Dwayne, The Flash.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
No.
But that's not even what I was talking about. I said, when has LeBron ever been on a team and developed a teammate to be better? Yeah, he's gotten teammates traded to be there, and yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds good to be like, oh, you ain't ready for the pressure, this and that. But he's never had a teammate that was literally a rookie or anybody that stayed on the team for years. Every year, the fucking roster get rotated and rewashed like a fucking rent cycle. Other than the star players.
Okay, you can say that about Austin Reeves then.
That man is nice.
It'll be years. This nigga was undrafted, wasn't even thought of, and now he's in the starting lineup and the third top scorer on the Lakers game.
So that sounds good. Now that sounds good. But in the whole 20-year career, we got one example talking about Austin Reeves. I'm just saying about if we're gonna do that, then if Austin Reeves is getting buckets like that, why wouldn't Austin Reeves be the one to take the last shot? Because he was hot that whole game and brought the team back into the game. And now LeBron, because LeBron only scored 3 points in that fucking quarter of the last game. So now we're gonna have Austin Reeves take the shot since he the GOAT, right? His team he didn't know that pass like Jordan did.
Hey, Yogi. I see you're passionate, my brother.
Yeah.
But you're asking questions, but not giving me a chance to answer these questions. You're talking over me. You're talking over me is not going it's not going to give you the answer that you was looking for.
Because you know what? Because we've been changing subjects the whole entire time. I asked the first time, when has he developed any team player?
It's still been on basketball. We still talking about what people made was better and wasn't better. You know, and you can look at other people. J.R. Smith is a better player by playing with LeBron James. Not my words, J.R. Smith's words. Iman Shumpert, better player for playing with LeBron James. Again, not my words, Iman Shumpert's words. You know,
Richard Jefferson.
He's a damn
Jefferson. Once again,
Perkins. These all were players that came in and saw the way, you know, Chris Bosh, even though he did not like being a third wheel, said that he was better because LeBron made him work on a different aspect of his game that he would have never worked on if he had to play with LeBron James. Took him to another level, another height. I'm not saying that every player is going to be a better player, but when I advance or help you in a different part of your game that was never there and you never even had any intentions on even developing or going towards, then I made you a better player or a better person. So there has been many of people that he has, you might not have saw it in the so-called numbers that you're looking for, but when you see these after the fact interviews from these individuals, these aren't my words. Right. I've watched them on numerous podcasts that they have said that they were a better person and a better player after playing with LeBron James and seeing how he gets down and doing, you know, how he works and does his body, you know. So it's not just A.R. Smith, not AR, but AR-15 that is a better player. There's a multitude of other players that have gotten better. Bella Devova he became a better player by playing with LeBron and staying healthy when Kevin Love and Kyrie couldn't. But look, where has he been since then? It's no factor when LeBron leaves a team, even if they don't get traded, but he leaves. Where does that team go then? If I was making you, if I didn't force you into these different pockets of your game, now it's up to the team to get somebody in that could do those things that I was doing. And since those teams don't have that, those players start to fall off. It's a team game. It's not an individual, but one person always has a different aspect on bringing more attention to them, which allows other people to get in and do their part. I used to tell my players, basketball, as fascinating as it is, it's a very entertaining watching game. And I don't want to see you out on the court being that person that's watching the game. You are in the game. And a lot of people on court tend to do that just because they don't have the skill set to demand all eyes on them. And if you go back to this killer instinct thing that you're talking about, killer instinct isn't just about, and this goes back to my military days, and you should know it too because you're in the military. Killer instinct is more than one way of having a killer instinct. What do we do all the time in war and everything? Who's the decoy and who's the kill shot? So if I become the decoy, that opens it up for Kyrie to hit the last shot. Mm-hmm. That opens it up for Ray Allen to hit the last shot. So that I became the decoy so that you can, or I'll bring the pressure to me and I'll pass it out to these people so that they can get that last shot. And him being not as prideful and being like, oh, I gotta be the one to take the last shot is what makes him a better player than other people. You know, because they want the glory. He like, fuck the glory. I want the W. And if that takes me bringing you niggas in and giving it to this motherfucker, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Sounds
that's what
good.
you teach. That's what it sounds good, nigga. That's the way it's been.
Sounds good. It's never looked the same way as when Jordan did the same thing. His shit look like he's dishing out. His shit look. I'm just telling you off the eye test.
I'm gonna tell you, okay, I can talk on Jordan too. So, like, people be like, I tell people all the time, Jordan is the GOAT when it comes to scoring. LeBron James is the GOAT when it comes to team making. If somebody asks me who you want to take the last shot, I'm saying fucking Michael Jordan, because I know this nigga is gonna find a way to get open and take that shot. He's not, whether it's a push off or whatever the fuck may be, those are all in the rules, especially when he was playing. I was at those games. My whole family from Chicago. Nigga, we was all about the damn three-peats. I had all the hats, all the t-shirts. We was in the fucking stadium. We was watching these games. You know, I was down there in the park where you had Scottie Pippen, Craig Hodges, all the three-point champion. All these niggas was down there signing autographs. So I'm not opposed to Michael Jordan being the GOAT, but because there's a value and a multitude of GOATs. There's not just one GOAT. And when you say greatest of all time,
I agree with you on that.
Greatest of all time for what? What is he the greatest all time in? You know, it's not that, it doesn't always have to be the whole all around, you know, he's the greatest all time in everything, because everybody knows Michael Jordan was not that type of player. You know, people don't know about the ass whoopings he was giving his own teammates on his team. So it's not about that, man. You got to know the whole history of this shit, and I know that history. So it wasn't just, you know, because people didn't always want to stick around him. And Michael Jordan made players around him become better because he was playing with them. It's no different than LeBron James doing the same thing. He brought those, when you get to a certain height, but now you can't get there because I'm not there, because I'm not forcing you to do the things that you need to do to get to that height. It's just like in anything in life. If you come along and you doing the little bitty things right now, and you be like, and then you meet somebody, and then now all of a sudden you getting these package deals and shit. Did they make you better? Yes, they did, because they forced you to do some stuff that you wasn't willing to do before. And then when they left, you went back to the rung that you was on before that. Why? Because you don't have that competitive edge to push you to that next level anymore. So now your competitive juices fall off and you tend to fucking lack out. That's why after people leave sports, they tend to gain weight. Why? Because they ain't got that competition anymore. They ain't got that competitive anymore. They're not being forced to push themselves anymore. So this nigga that went got
I know. I wasn't trying to I was gonna get on his ass for that shit too.
He been waiting for this day, Dad. He been waiting for this day.
He literally eating this shit up.
I didn't even say nothing, man.
I know, but you said it all with an action, nigga. Fuck you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Pops.
I'm eating this shit the fuck up, nigga, because I'm eating this donut well.
Okay.
I mean, so
what's up, Pop?
It is what it is, man. He's made a lot of people better by playing on teams with him. It's not been just, I was just giving you the most recent person, because nobody knew AR-15 before he started playing beside LeBron James.
I mean,
and they even said LeBron James, yeah, but I'm just saying he was undrafted.
Yeah, he wasn't even drafted. I know he was undrafted. It's a whole lot of undrafted stars right now in the league. But yeah.
But and that's what I'm saying. Without him being on the same court with LeBron,
I also think. My bad. I'll let you finish. I got a point for that. But I was gonna say I also think that with LeBron, you get a bigger spotlight, a shine, no matter who you are. on the team. And then it's the fact that there's like
to perform under that spotlight.
Right.
You get the spotlight.
Yeah.
If you shrinking when that spotlight hits,
yeah.
You know, it is what it is. And nobody would have thought second if he had a shrunk within that spotlight because he is undrafted. He is a rookie. But LeBron saw some of his qualities that needed, if he could just push him to the forefront and get him to buy into those things, that he could be these other things. LeBron giving him those chances to prove himself. You know, that's what helped him become who he is today and what he will become later on down the line. LeBron has got so many players paid just because of what they were able to do while they were on the team with him. And that in order to keep it going, a team paid him because of his market value being next to LeBron James. Those things make a difference. Those things mean something. When you bring people, it's not just about, LeBron James, it's about the pieces fitting together. That's why a lot of people didn't expect the Suns to be the number one team in the West because they didn't have enough time to make those pieces.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then you got a coach and their head center feuding against each other. That's never
Big
good.
Facts. Yeah.
So even though Aiden is a great player, the coach and him was bucking heads.
Yeah.
So you like, hey, it's only a matter of time before that stuff falls off. And when you're in the playoffs, all it takes is 2 games.
Yep.
So
and
for
then,
you to
for a story, and that's it. Yeah. Exactly. All they need is a narrative after that point.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Let's hear your Mount Rushmore first.
Damn, man. All right. It's been like 30 minutes, man. Fuck. I forgot even what the fuck topic about. Shit.
Hey, look.
What's your Mount Rushmore, Yogi?
As you get,
we still talking about that shit.
All right. My Mount Rushmore is Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson.
Just one at a time.
Oh, okay. Well, Michael Jordan.
Okay, we got Michael Jordan.
Why?
What you got, Cam? Oh, why?
You put up there why?
Literally, you just explained why. Like, if there's anybody that the game is on the line, the strongest competitor, like, I will die to win this game, I'm picking MJ to end the game. Now, like I said, and Kaz and Khalil can back me up on this, I know I talk a lot of shit about LeBron, but that's just because, like, it feel like we're force-fed that he has to be the GOAT or nothing else. I think he's a great player.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that's what really getting me. Everything you said, absolutely valid. Whereas, like, yes, he is a team player. Yes, the pressure. Yes, a perfect example of professionalism. And then the fact that he's able to do everything else. Now, the other stuff, like, little things get to me where it's like, he's had so much control of the narrative for his career that kind of, like, get to me a little bit. Where it's like little stuff where it's like, you could tell he already knew he was going to go to Miami because before he was petitioning to get the number 23, retired out of the whole league because he was going to Miami, and Miami has the number 23 retired because of Pat Riley. You know what I mean? Out of respect for Jordan. So it's like that, little stuff when you look back on it, it's like you premeditated a lot of shit, which in a way is like, that's good for a personal career, but then from the game standpoint, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like, what do you have control of? What do you not have control of? But that's all I got to say.
Okay, so, but on that factor, by him being able to control some of them things, one, he had to play at a certain level in order to get that control, which he did.
Yeah.
Second, him doing what we ain't just talking about the nuance of the 23, but him doing what he did gave player empowerment for the checks to be that much bigger for all of these players. And now they can choose their destination vice the team, vice them being in the NFL where they still fucking slaves to the damn owner.
And to that, ownership. I see good and bad with it because To be honest,
it's always good.
Yeah. Of course. I would say I like the good of it, where it's like you can control your career. You don't have to just literally just be stuck like in the 80s and 90s and 70s, all before, which I think is a great thing, because even like shit, if Kobe was playing now, we know this nigga would have left. To be honest with you, the way that he wanted to leave and didn't leave, we know this nigga would have left. You know what I'm saying? And then even MJ said himself, he was like, now, as far as the competition part, where he was like, I wouldn't team up with such and such and such and such, that doesn't mean he wouldn't have teamed up with somebody he wanted to, you know what I mean, play with. Like, was it, excuse me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Horace Grant. He was pissed off when that man got traded. Because that was one of his best friends on the team, and he went to the Magic and they played against, like stuff like that. I understand. That's why I said I understand LeBron's mindset with it, because it's like he literally came up in that kind of system, and where it's like, here's my skill set, here are my strengths, build everything around that, and watch what I do with it. That I think is great. That shit is beautiful, honestly. But what gets me is just like the force feeding. Like, just let that man's career be his career and let it play out, versus trying to, like, you know what I mean, force it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's projecting though, Yogi. That's projecting.
But that goes back to what we talk about, how you know that we don't force these narratives. Why do people talk about LeBron James every day, all day?
I don't know. Marketing and money, the money part of it and everything, because there's nobody else who's ready to pick up the mantle.
And because of what nerve did it just hit with you?
The anger nerve.
You right.
So what does that entail give you?
It gives interest.
That gives you more clicks?
Yeah, it's interest.
That gives you more clicks?
Yeah.
And it gives you, I'm going to tune in. All somebody got to say is LeBron James really the GOAT? And now people are tuning in to hear this motherfucking side of the story and how it's different from my side of the story.
That's my point.
How I can tear his talking points down. Yeah. So you got to remember, at the end of the day, this is a business.
You're right.
And in order for to run a proper business, we in this business to make what? Money. Mm-hmm. And money comes nowadays from not just media, but social media with the clicks and all of that stuff. So that is not him. Yes, he does pre-think things, which you should do anyway. Yeah. But he also, there's so many things that he doesn't even put himself in the conversation to talk about, because he knows how social media and stuff can take just one word out of, they context. Won't show you the rest of the sentence.
Yeah. They just show one word out of the context.
You be like, this nigga right here.
Okay.
Shit. Now they go, because if you look at one headline, that splits into 100 headlines. Because you going to take it and bring it on your podcast, but you going to break the title down into something else. And you got a bunch of other people that's going to bring it on their YouTube channel and break it down into something else. So that's all media is. And we tune in to people that kind of side on our side. Even though, when I look at the news, I look at the news across the board. I watch Fox News, I watch MSNBC, I watch NBC, MSN. I watch all of them, because in order for you to be prepared for battle, what do they teach us in the military? Know the whole scope of the situation, not just half of it. I need all the information. And the only way I know how is if I know this person hating on my way of life, is to learn why they feel the way that they feel, so that I can combat that. So you just got to understand the whole dynamics of the whole situation. Vice just a piece of it.
Okay, Cass, who's on your Mount Rushmore? Who's the first person on yours?
I don't even know at this point.
There's no wrong answer, man. There's no wrong answer, because I know you feel like you about to get some flack, but there ain't no wrong answer if you got a good
I'll tell you, I say he's a great player all the time.
Well, shit. So, they talking about
Yogi found his match pops. That's why.
Yeah.
Cass ain't a good match for him.
No, he's not at all.
Nah,
he started saying crazy Nick Wright type shit, bro. Like that shit be crazy. This nigga just be shitting on people for
the shit I be saying about LeBron.
Sometimes
I don't be having the exact backup for back in the day that you have, Pops. So he just be like, oh nah, well, what about this? I'm like, my man, he plays a whole different game than Jordan and Kobe. Everybody keep comparing him to Kobe and Jordan. And like Yogi said, oh, well, he don't have that killer instinct. And I keep telling him, my man, LeBron is not that type of person. His type of person is, okay, I'm gonna dish it out because you're open, because they're trying to double team me because they know this one person can't guard me. And I'll say that and he'll be like, oh, well, he supposed to take the last shot. And I'm like, my man, I keep telling you this shit. But I don't, like I said, I don't have the exact like statistics and the facts that you have because you've been watching basketball for a long time. So it comes off as, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about as much because some shit he says might be like, oh shit. Man. But I do know LeBron as a player and as a person, he's not Jordan or Kobe. He doesn't have that competitive spirit because I be on the same shit. I'm a team player. I don't give a fuck about me scoring 80 points. I don't give a fuck about me scoring 16 points. We playing 21 or we playing like 3-on-3. I don't give a fuck about me scoring 5 points. As long as I do what's best for the team, that's all that matters. And LeBron, he always shows out and does what's best for the team. If he don't get 30, 40 points, he's getting at least good 12 assists, 10 rebounds. If he got 30, 40 points, he got at least a good 8 rebounds, 9 assists. He's doing what he needs to do as a team and get everybody involved. He's making, like you said earlier, he's making other people look nice. But we never heard about, like, J.R. Smith. That man is raw.
Don't do that.
He was nice before.
Okay.
Come on now.
All right. We get into another.
But you're right. Mount so my Mount Rushmore, since we can't say the same thing twice, I say Kobe then. I'm gonna go with Kobe.
Why?
Okay. Let's go.
Why? Why?
I heard you. Kobe is raw. Like he has, as Khalil would say, he got that dog in him. Where it's like he's competitive and he never feels like he's perfect. No matter how great he is, he's always like, I could be better. I could do better. I didn't make 100%. I made 99% of my shots last game, but I ain't make 100. So I need to be in the gym. I need to keep practicing. I need to perfect my craft. Yeah, I did this one spin move, and it's like, he could have stole the ball. Nope. I gotta do better. Because if he could have stole the ball that easy, I peep you, Yogi. You a piece of shit. But my nigga though. But it be shit like that where it's like he could have stole the ball. Oh, I can't have that. If I need to perfect the move where there's no way possible he's stealing the ball. That's why I say I fuck with Kobe because of his mindset, the way he plays the game and the way he sees the game. Everybody else, they want to be on like I feel like nowadays the league is soft and everybody want to do more publicity stuff. They want to get more out there like publicly instead of just playing like you're playing basketball. But everybody want to be an analyst now.
Yeah, but basketball again at this level is what?
Marketing.
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
That's what people keep forgetting about these NBA. This is their profession. How do I get shoe deals? By making myself bigger than life. They ain't just giving regular niggas shoe deals. They only giving people that everybody is feeling a shoe deal. It just doesn't happen that way. So in order for me to do that, I gotta be flamboyant and be out here doing these things that other people ain't doing. Everybody is not like Dame Lillard. Yeah, like Dame Lillard is a quiet, kept guy.
Yeah.
And he should have more shit than what he got. But the reason he don't is because of how low key he is. And that's just the way it is.
Peep this, Pops,
you're not going to get that.
Peep this, though. I understand everything you're saying, and I agree with it. But it's like, what's the point of playing ball if I'm not playing ball to play ball? I'm playing ball to be more marketable. No. Peep, I'm not playing. Yeah, I'm not playing ball because I love it. I'm playing ball because, I'm somewhat decent at it. And, it could get my foot in the door with being marketable, and all I need to do is have a persona and be a celebrity somewhat, be okay. Like it's like, yo, you're not even playing ball.
I think most of them are though.
Yeah, but you chose that route after you got out of college.
I ain't even go to college.
You chose to not play. No, I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the average NBA player nowadays. There ain't no going from high school to the NBA anymore. Mm-hmm. So once you decided that this is how, you knew if you was a smart person, you read about how or you observed how the NBA works. Mm-hmm. So you decided that, hey, this is a business from this point out. And in order for me to start making money in my business, I need to do these two things. Because just like with me, for instance, I'm a computer engineer. I got to get certain certifications to make money. I might not like that damn stuff, and it ain't got nothing to do with the love of me playing with, because like my love is programming and coding. I love designing different things and stuff like that. But I make my money on how to manage a server and all this, what that got to do with my love, but it's all part of my industry. So I got to take these certifications to get to that part so that I can get what at the end of the day? The bag. Because at the end of the day, all of this stuff that we doing is to get the bag. When people tune in to watch you guys, you're hoping to get more subscribers. Why? Because with more subscribers comes the bag. And that becomes more advertising, more stuff like that.
It's a difference though, Pops.
These are business decisions. It is different, but you chose that when you went from college to the NBA. You jumped from being just everyday basketball playing, we out here chilling, to, okay, now I put on my business shoes. And that's what people haven't been able to just, make a difference in. They're not understanding that, just like I said, with LeBron, everybody else this is just a game. This is just basketball. You from Ohio. Why don't you stay here with us? Because it's a business, bitch, and I'm in this bitch to make money.
Now, Pops, as much as I love that shit had me wrong. But this is the thing. But this is the thing. With you saying that it's a business and stuff like that, the main point of going to another team, getting traded and stuff, is so you can go to a better team with better resources so you could win. Correct?
No,
not always.
Melo.
Then I don't see the point.
So example is, you don't get to choose all the time. Like, if you ain't no Kevin Durant or LeBron James, you can't just get traded to a team. You'll fuck up and be like Jalen Rose and get on the damn plane and be like, hey, you ain't suiting up today because we traded your ass to another team. So and that shit happened in real life. They on the way to the game. He was told you can't suit up because you already been traded to this other team. So he just on the sideline. Don't nobody know why he ain't playing but him. He know now that he got off the plane, but he didn't know that when he got on the plane. The team just traded that nigga. So, and that happens, and that's the part that people don't understand. Yeah. They see the LeBron James making these things, but that ain't every player. Yeah. Every player, it doesn't get that option. Every player don't get to go to a better team to make better moves, to do better and win. It ain't always like that.
And even if that's the case,
and that's what.
My bad for cutting you off, but even if that's the case, some people, I don't want to like use him, but Russell Westbrook, like. Once he got traded to go to the Clippers, it was the Clippers, right?
Yeah.
My man started balling.
Well, actually, he got bought out, and then the Clippers picked him up.
But even so, it's like you start balling because you have a point to prove. So now it's like you should have the mindset is I'm going to win. So now since y'all traded me, okay, fuck y'all.
Hold up.
What's up?
But no, that's not it. Why did he ball out?
I just told you he had a point to prove.
This is a scapegoat for why the Lakers was doing that.
What is this? This is what? A business. What was this year for Russell Westbrook?
Oh, it was a contract.
It was his last year.
Yeah.
So if I don't ball out and show other teams I could be a team player and still make buckets, who's going to pick me up next year?
Because you want to play, right?
No money.
Because you want to play, right?
No, because I want the bag. I want the. Everybody know he can play. But if I can't get another bag unless I show teams that I could be a team player and that I could come off the bench or I could still be that number one option.
But that's the
Ain't
thing.
No team gonna just pay.
People don't know. People don't know you can.
If that was the case, we could switch over to Yogi and go to Carmelo Anthony.
People don't know you could ball because you ain't been balling. Because when you had a chance to ball, you throwing the shit at the backboard.
Balling. It just was. But no, it's all, again, these are all about anybody that watches basketball or coached or played in the game knows it's not all about just being on a team. Pieces gotta fit. People gotta understand they motherfucking role. It's all about knowing your role.
Hey.
And if you don't understand that or you don't even know what that is, then you just gonna be out that bitch shooting. And that's what Russell Westbrook was doing. He's like, I don't even fit in these motherfucking schemes. So they got me on the court. I'm gonna take it when I think I can. And when I can't, I'm gonna try to do something like I usually do. But when I don't have to, because he was balling out when he was with OKC.
The scheme was
Why?
around
Because
him.
all the pieces fit around him and his style of play. Yeah. When he went to fucking Washington, same thing. Even though you got
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, but he was willing to work with him when he wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
And that shit still worked good. You know, because it's never been that he couldn't play with a top player. It's the problem is because Brandon Beal is kind of like a KD. He don't necessarily need the ball to make his buckets. He could do both.
Yeah.
When you got LeBron James or somebody that kind of needs that center, exactly what you need, I need the middle to be cleared out in order for me to score. Or I can dish it. Russell Westbrook ain't a person that you did. How I'm going to drive to the paint, you bring all the niggas to me, you pass it to me, and now I'm driving to the paint. It don't work.
Hey,
all the niggas is
hey, hold on, Pops. hey, hold on, Pops. I agree with what you're saying, though. I agree with you saying because you can ask Yogi. Yogi, don't that shit. Same shit I be saying, though.
Okay.
That years ago, I've been saying the same shit. Hey, you gotta play your role. And Khalil, didn't I tell you that shit yesterday? I said, hey man, you gotta play your fucking role. Like everybody wanna be the starter team, or everybody wanna be, oh, I'm the GOAT, or I'm playing with this nigga. No, I wanna be like, nah, you gotta play your role. If this is your role, you play your role. And that's why certain niggas is able to win because they play their role. Like Golden State. Everybody had their own role to play. Steph Curry, he don't be talking to niggas like, oh, I'm the GOAT, I'm the leader of the team. He is, but he be like, yo, shit, hey man, hey Clay, he hit some tough shots. Hey, Draymond, he did some good shit on defense. Jordan Poole, when he had a chance, he was stepping up on he was making them shots. I said when he did. I'm saying when he did.
Okay. He did for a minute.
Yeah, when he did. But it's like he talked about everybody.
He did it long enough to
There's
get
the edit for that one. When he did
it long enough to get the what?
When he
did it long enough to get the what?
The bag. The bag.
That's why Draymond punched his ass. Motherfucker, you dare to come in this bitch and take my bag too.
but that goes back to Miami too. Is when LeBron went to Miami, everybody was talking about, oh, it's LeBron and the Heat.
He fucked up people's bags, yo.
Fuck all that. So he sat here and said, like, everybody kept saying it's the Heat, it's LeBron and the Heat. But in reality, in my opinion, it's Wade in the Heat because it's his team. He was there first. He already got a ring. He chilling. But the second year, Wade was like, you know what? Just because we got stars on the team doesn't mean we gonna win. So he decided to be a role player and be like, okay, LeBron, this is what you want to do. Okay, we gonna work around your shit, and I'm gonna work with whatever you lack. I'm gonna pick up the slack because that's what a role player does, and it doesn't make him any less of a person or any less of a basketball player but he's fitting to what the team needs. Like you said, it's a team sport. It's not you got to score all the points.
See, the problem is you got people like Yogi that expect that still killer instinct to fucking come out, and they start bashing Dwayne Wade for taking a back seat.
I didn't bash Dwayne Wade for that.
I'm using you as an example, my brother. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm using your mindset as an example of why people tend to try to, fall into those realms of not doing these things. They fall off from that because, society is telling them, nigga, this was your team. We got rings before this nigga. Why you doing it his way? This should be the way you do it. No, we got our people in this building. We can't just let one nigga from Akron come up in this bitch and try to take hold of what we got stuff going over here.
Okay.
And you got these motherfuckers in this ear, but and then some people fall victim to that. But like you said, Dwayne Wade was all about the what? The W's. And he was like, I already got a championship, but I want more. And I know the only way I'm going to get more is that this dude's mindset is clear that, hey, we ain't got to worry about whose team it is. It could be your team. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I'm still going to get these W's.
Yeah, he did the shit.
Exactly.
He did the shit Shaq and Kobe couldn't do.
On that mindset. Yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of these players by the time, because AI never got on that mindset.
Nah, he didn't.
And that's because AI could have played so many more years from when he retired. Yeah. He probably could come in and play right now. But that dude was like, nigga, I am the number one option. And if I'm not the number one option, there is no option.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
Nigga said, I'm the answer and the only answer.
Exactly.
Well, maybe you doing the wrong test then, nigga.
I saw an interview with Allen Iverson, and they asked that nigga, they was like, hey, so why do you shoot all the time? This was this nigga's answer. He was like, look here, I passed it to the wingman. He passed it to another person, passed it to the center, passed it back to me. So obviously nobody else wanted to shoot, so I shot it.
You're not wrong.
I gave them an opportunity, and it still got back to me in that same turn. So didn't nobody want to shoot, so I shot it. So how do you go with that? When people just keep passing it around and it still get back to you, do you just keep passing it?
Okay. Somebody got to do something.
You only got 24 seconds.
Nobody else is going to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but yeah, man, it's just one of those things, But for some reason, I feel like Cash, you don't want to let go of fucking LeBron.
You keep bringing him up.
You keep bringing this goddamn nigga back up, and we done passed on this nigga like 2 or 3 times. You trying to get to the rest of the Mount Rushmore.
I said Kobe.
You keep comparing him to LeBron.
Yeah. See?
You did, but then
my bad.
What did you just get you talking about? LeBron being at Miami. Had nothing to do with Kobe. Nothing to do with
It did have something to do with Kobe. Hold on. No. It had something to do with Kobe, though. Watch this. You know why it had something to do with Kobe?
But this is after the fact, so I feel like you're putting this on as an after.
No. Peep this though. Peep how it has something to do with Kobe. So when LeBron went to the Heat, right? Kobe was in the league, right?
No, oh my God! No,
Kobe was in the league. Kobe was in the league, man. That's all I need. Come on now.
That's all I said.
Come on now. Kobe in the league, man. Kobe in the league.
What up, Khalil? What's your Mount Rushmore?
So
Kobe in the league, man.
My first person on my Mount Rushmore would be KD.
I'm about to say, don't say it. Say Thomas.
You
Pops, I need you to
my God. No, I ain't. We ain't out. No. You got it. I know Dad got to come back for him. And Cass ain't gonna be able to come back like you did, Yogi. He gonna be sitting there.
Fucking roasted, G. Fucking roasted.
He been waiting for this because I told him what you said about the 3-on-3. So he been waiting. I told him what you said. But I picked KD on my Mount Rushmore because he's one of the, in my view of the basketball, he's the first 7-footer to be able to shoot and dribble. And you don't have too many 7-footers that can do that out there and then shoot at his caliber. He's shooting at what Steph caliber shooting at 7 feet. Yeah. That's pretty hard to do when you that high in the air.
Yeah, he was great mid-range. He shoots at that caliber at mid-range. I agree.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And then he also has a little bit of ball handle too, where when you give like any other center the ball, they basically a freight train coming down the line, coming down the court. Whereas KD, he come down, he'll hit you with probably a crossover and a behind the back. And then since he's so lanky, he's shooting right in your face while you jumping at his. He like your hand ain't even high enough. Kuroko, no basketball.
Okay.
Kaz, no. Stupid. What's up? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, you think you can guard me from? You think you can do half court? Nah, I shoot full court. That's an anime. You should watch that if you really like. If basketball is all of that, that is crazy.
Yeah,
but
that's a good basketball one.
But yeah, him, and then it's just like his all-around game to me is what puts him in my Mount Rushmore.
Okay. Mine is next person, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Damn it.
Reason why he is, to me, the epitome of what you look for in a basketball player. This man has won championships from high school. He has won championships at college. And he has won multiple championships in the NBA, which is the highest level you can get to, with probably the most unstoppable shot never been duplicated in the history of the NBA, the sky hook. That's why Kareem, he did it. He had a successful 20-plus year career and, until recently was the highest scoring NBA player in the history of the game. And I think those are the reasons why he has done it at every level multiple times. Wasn't like he just won one state championship. He was in high school. He won multiple. Wasn't like he won just one college championship. He won multiple. And the same when he got to the NBA, he won multiple. So he didn't just do it once or twice. He kept doing it and at every level.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Career,
I definitely respect that.
From every level, like you said. Definitely.
What's your next one, Yogi?
Okay.
Next one, because y'all took a lot off the list. But I was hoping I'd get to put him as 4. But I think he's underrated. Tim Duncan.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Tim Duncan.
Give him why.
So my reasons why, the fundamental, the way that when players talk about his game, the way that he was able to the way that he was able to off the backboard, as you know, Kaz, I be calling them backboard shots. That was one player who, any given game, he gonna get something off the glass on you. He getting boards, he playing defense, he getting buckets. He played in the team system. He was a whole time low key. Quiet as kept, as much as they talk about foreign players now. He was already a foreign player then. He came in as a rookie and got right into the system with the big admiral. You know what I'm saying? And then he had success at a very high level throughout his career. And I think that he isn't given enough of his flowers that he deserves. So that's why he's on mine.
I agree wholeheartedly.
That's why he's on mine.
I agree, Cole. And a lot of people quiet as kept is when you do a bank shot, it is harder to block that shot, which is why he developed that shot than any other type of jump shot that you do. When you shooting straight for the rim, it's easier to block that because you just, as a defender, you're assuming that they're shooting right at the rim. But when you're shooting at angles and you understand the angles and the spin you have to put off the ball for the kiss off the backboard, that is a whole different other level of mindset that you have to have, especially when somebody's in your face or hand in your eyesight to try to obstruct your view. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's not talked about enough about his gameplay and what he has done for the sport over the years.
Yeah.
What you got, Cass?
How to guess the host? What's going on right now?
Okay. He over there like,
I got to do this.
Hey, Pops, fuck all that. Yeah, you keep doing what you doing, man. We gotta change shit up every once in a while. Hey,
okay.
shit. To keep it a stack, I say T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. Because
Ooh,
Got another one.
I gotta hear why though.
if it wasn't for injury, he would be raw. Like T-Mac, he was nice. He was nice. And if back in the day, everybody had that mindset was, I don't want to team up with people. I don't want to team up with this. But if he had a chance to team up with him and Vince Carter, his cousin, they'll be wrong. Like, cause he could also pass it too.
They did team up.
But they didn't stay together too long.
They was on the same
No,
team.
I know, but they didn't stay together for too long. So
Okay.
it's like,
Okay. I don't think that was their decision though.
nah, T-Max.
They didn't.
That's
They didn't. But remember back when that happened, players wasn't doing what they doing now.
Yeah.
They wasn't demanding trade. They were at the mercy of the owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't choose. One didn't choose the lead. They just like we talked about.
Yeah.
Woke up and was like, "Hey, nigga, you gone."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nah,
Okay.
I feel you. I feel you on that one. But I feel like he could score. He had that dog in him, just like Kobe did and Jordan. But a lot of people don't realize is he could also pass too. Like he could score, yeah, but he also was like able to dish it out because he also had Yao Ming on his side when he was on the Rockets. So it's like him and
Houston.
yeah, whatever you want to call him. They was balling. So he was dishing to him, Shane Battier, people like that. Where it's like he was dishing it off too. Like he was nice. And a lot of people don't really talk too much about him unless it's like a little, what's the word, cameo. Like yeah, T-Mac, he nice.
Yeah.
But it's like he actually was nice. Like he was raw. Like I would personally say he's up there because he was just like Kobe, but he passed more than Kobe did. Just like Kobe, but he passed. And it's like, if he wasn't always hurt all the time, I feel like he could have got a ring.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion. If he wasn't always hurt, because every time he got Paper Mario ankles, like, and it's like, come on now, you always getting hurt. I'm playing this man in 2K, and I'm always trying to get this man's on the Knicks, and every time I play, he always get hurt. He get hot. He make it like 13 points in first quarter. He get hot. Next thing you know, I go up, make a dunk. He hurt. He out for the whole game. I said, come on now, like, how the fuck I'm supposed to play as you when you hurt for the season? Come on now. So it's like, I feel like he should be up there, and he's definitely underrated in that aspect, just like Tim Duncan is. So that's my personal opinion. Hey, Khalil, what you got going on? Since I want to be the host.
no, not you be the host.
I want to be the host too. I can't let him say everything, man. Khalil, what you got?
I'm about to be. He would probably be like right outside it, but since y'all probably wouldn't have picked him, but for me, I picked him. It's Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili. I know you did. They laughing because they think you did. It was like, who was that?
Yeah, I thought you. Okay, I thought you was messing.
He understand what you said.
Nah.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I figured you did.
Why?
I picked Manu because if you're looking for, I would say he was the pinnacle of role player coming off the bench that could start. Like, he was a starter caliber player coming off the bench. Like, you don't get that too often.
Yeah.
I think the only other person I know of is James Harden.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's, to me, that's a big thing. Like, if you can be like, okay, let me just sit down and, like y'all are saying, play into the system instead of me going out and doing my own thing, he was like, I sit back, take this roll up, and then when it's my time to go in there, it's my time to shine, but not in a AI type shine. I know that I need to play within the team system still, but I know that the coach is going to give me what I need to get.
Yeah, he trusted Popovich. Popovich talked about it numerous times that, you know, he had to have many talks with Ginobili about, you know, why it was better for him to come off the bench. But even in the fourth quarter, he was still that last five that was on the floor when the game was in, you know, in balance or we winning or losing. Yeah. So, but he understood the dynamics and trusted Popovich to do what he needed to do and coach the way he coached. Yeah. But yeah, undoubtedly, he and to go his whole career with doing that, you know, up until towards the end, you know, where we had, you know, a couple players, you know, not filling a void anymore, is when he became a starter. So, but I agree, he would probably be right outside the majority of people's things, only for the simple fact that he wasn't a starter, and not due to his, you know, anything on his part, but you know, most people think of when they put a person on that Mount Rushmore, they were, you know, a starter, because you can say a lot of those games, you know, came down to Ginobili making certain
big shots,
you know, because he was a beast too. Yeah, big shot. Yeah, so, but
what you got, Pops?
Magic Johnson.
God dang it! I knew I should have said him because he was going to be second. But
and the reason why is Magic Johnson brought the Flash to the NBA.
That's what I was.
Without Magic Johnson, it was dull and boring.
I had that book on me, but I have a book.
Would not be would not be what it is today without that man. I mean, the stuff that he could do with the rock and his court vision was ridiculous. You know, the passes that he would get, you know, and the inspiration he gave to other players that had came after him has been, you know, up there. And I think those are the reasons why, you know, not to mention, you know, he changed the whole dynamics of the NBA. Because at that time, you know, the NBA was still struggling. They wasn't making a whole lot of money until they found the rivalry of the Celtics with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
Back to the business.
And by both of them signing to Converse and they both being able to advertise under the same company and contract, that allowed the NBA to make them the face and make it and move into another market that helped the NBA grow from where it was to what it became. You know, they was able to, you know, advertise this is a show that's, you know, and it only made it better that the Celtics and the Lakers kept making it to the finals to where they can advertise this all year long. It was never a drop-off where we had to worry about, now, you know, it went back and forth with who won, but that helped the NBA grow into the mega empire that it is today. Was those two men changed the balance of how the NBA is seen. So that's why Magic Johnson's on my Mount Rushmore.
What you got, Yogi?
Okay.
I do my job.
The next one I got is the Big Diesel, Aristotle, Superman.
You talking about Dwight Howard?
O'Neal.
I know, right?
Superman? You talking about Dwight Howard?
It's okay. I do like Dwight. Also, honorable mention now that after you said that whole time. Another off the bench player that was really cold, Jamal Crawford.
We ain't even got to the fourth.
Okay, no shit.
I'm saying honorable mention off of.
You don't get no nah. You don't get no honorable mentions unless you get to your fourth part.
not on my Mount Rushmore, but just an honorable mention to players.
I don't give a fuck. You gotta be finished first. You gotta be finished first.
Let's finish first before we get to that.
I got Shaq. I got Shaq. Ain't nobody.
Why?
Nobody has dominated like Shaq has. Ain't nobody able to stop him other than Hacker Shaq. They made a whole set of rules for him. And then the fact that his Magic days and the fact that they had to change the backboard and all of that, like the way that the goal is made is different because of that, man. Like, and then for his size and everything, it'd be crazy if he had stayed in incredible shape. He probably would be one of the best. I mean, he already is one of the best, but like he'd probably be even higher on people's list had he been in shape and just was able to ball out instead of how his career kind of went after he left Miami after winning the chip with D-Wade.
That's facts. Or he would have got more chips when he was on the Lakers, to be honest with you.
If he had the mindset that you was just talking about with D-Wade, where it's like it don't matter about who team.
If he had the mindset he got now, he would have been. They would have won, way more. But he was another one that let people get in his ear, and that ultimately affected his ring situation, because he still was dominant when he went to the Heat, and he fell off a little bit when he played with LeBron. But probably some people would say he was at his last peak when he was with LeBron. He's and I think just a little history fact. I think Shaq is the only player that has played with a player that has played on every team in the NBA.
Wow.
Huh?
So Shaq has played with maybe 5 teams or 6 teams, but he's played with a player that has played on every NBA team.
Yeah, that's a fun
Somebody
fact.
on team.
So you might have played with him at the Heat, and that guy got traded to some other teams, and they played on other teams. He's the only player that has played with players that have played on. He's played with somebody that's played on every team in the NBA.
But we don't talk about the player that played on every team. We talk about the one that played with the player that played on every team.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Yes.
I feel you though, but I'm just saying yeah.
But that's a lot. It's 32 teams.
Yeah.
To be able to play with a player that has played on every NBA team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The only thing I'm saying is, so what's the player's name that played on every single team?
It's a different player each time.
Yeah, it's multiple players.
But they have played on every,
that makes sense.
the different players so if you think about a NBA career, people play, between 4 and 5 years. That's the average for an NBA player before they get washed out or didn't make it or didn't get picked back up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't do 10, 15, 20 years in the NBA. To be able to have played with players that eventually got traded to other teams, because obviously you're not, so dynamic. That's why you're getting your ass traded, to be able to play with those different players. That's a lot, shit.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm sorry. I know what you said.
Hey, I'm not a sugarcoater, man. I mean, it is what it is.
Nah, that's facts though.
You don't get places by sugarcoating ideas and the reality of the facts. The facts are the facts.
Okay, you hear that, Yogi? But I guess I go. My next pick would be my man's Dennis Rodman. And the reason why I choose Dennis Rodman is because me personally, I idolize Dennis Rodman because this man would have 26 something rebounds with no points. No points. and at least a good 10 assists or whatever. Because he always does, one, he hustles hard. And that's one of the main things that you need in basketball, because it's like, yo, you have to show that you want to play. You have to show that you want to play, and you have to show your team that I didn't give up yet. I'm still running for the ball. We may be up by 15 points, but I'm still hustling like we losing by 10. Like, he shows that he hustles and he actually plays his role. He didn't come here and say, oh, well, yeah, I need to get 20 points. I need to do this. No, he works on his craft and say, you know what? I can get rebounds. Let me see how the ball spin so I can figure out where's the ball going to go so I can get this rebound. Because he plays his role. Now, getting rebounds is not putting up points. That's not putting points on the scoreboard. However, it does help your team get the rebound so you can pass it to them so they can put up points. He don't need to be the spotlight and the center of attention to get points. He just needs to, like you said earlier, play his role, which is to get rebounds and guard the centers or the power forwards or whoever, the big man, and then do his role, which he was doing. Which he was getting steals. He was guarding Karl Malone, Shaq. He was guarding a lot of people, a lot of like big names and big all-stars. And it's like, he's putting them on. He got them on campus. And then he don't have any points.
Well, he was an antagonizer.
But then
he was a person that he could get under anybody's skin.
Exactly.
Like, he was really good at getting you off, because it's like I tell everybody that's playing any type of sport. Sports are 10% athleticism and ability and 90% mental. If I can get you off of your game, then you could be better than me. You're never gonna win. And that's the whole.
That's why I talk my shit.
From boxing to riding a bike, to playing in gymnastics, anything. It's more mental. If you can't get out your own head, then you're the obstacle that you need to overcome. And he was great at doing that. But you're right, he did know that early on. Isaiah Thomas gave an interview, and he talked about when they first acquired Dennis Rodman. And he said, we'd be in practice, and then we'd be doing a layup line and doing jump shots, and Dennis Rodman wouldn't be doing any of those things. He'd be standing right by the free throw line, watching how the spin came off. When they shot the ball, he knew how many rotations it was before it hit the thing, how it came off, and he said he mastered that. Because like you said, just like when you playing basketball, that will upset any coach faster when you done gave this fucking offense 10 damn shots to make one shot. That will destroy a team. You be like, can't nobody grab a rebound? Well, what the fuck? You didn't get it, and the more everybody knows, the more opportunities you have to make a shot, one of them bitches is gonna fall. And if you can limit them to one and done, then that's what you're trying to do. But when you can't, that becomes the issue.
But another thing that people don't also peep or don't get notice is his work ethic at the same time too, where it's like,
yeah, he had a crazy work ethic. But I'll tell you another story about him and when he was on the Bulls. So Dennis Rodman was known for going to Vegas and clubbing and not showing up for days. So he had a binge. He gets to the facility and Phil Jackson's like, hey, we doing the Indian run. So Michael said that he got with the team. He's like, look, this motherfucker is hungover. We just gonna take it easy. And all of y'all know how the Indian run go. The one at the back gotta run to the front, and we all try to keep up with them. Until that person passes the person in the front, then we don't slow back down until then. He said, well, they all listening to Michael Jordan thinking that, he kind of hung over. He said it took them about 15 minutes to fucking catch Dennis Rodman when it came to his damn turn. and he was running so fast that goes to a testament of his endurance and his work ethic. That even though this dude just came off of a binge, he was still in better endurance shape than all. They couldn't even catch him. You know, it took him a while before they caught him, and that just goes like to what you said. His endurance and work ethic. Because he could do that party all day for a whole weekend and still be in great shape because that's what he's used to doing.
That's exactly the story I was going to tell, but you got it, Pops. Hey, Khalil, what you got for me?
Okay.
I would say my next person would be Larry Legend.
Okay.
And I picked Larry Legend because from what everybody talks about, everybody when they ask about Larry Bird or anything like that, they say he the only person out there that can tell you, hey, I'm gonna back you down, spin, and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face and make it. Or I'm gonna go right here to this point. You ain't gonna be able to stop me. You'll probably guard me, but I'm gonna still get to that point and shoot it in your face. And nobody can stop it.
And that bitch
everybody will be frustrated. And he'll get there and like Kaz just said, it'll go straight in. Swish. Okay. Backboard. Whatever he had to do to get it in. Nobody was stopping him from getting his
off
point
the glass. Watch
that
this.
he wanted to get.
Okay.
That's why I'll put him up there. Question, Pops. For this Mount Rushmore, can it be a full team?
I mean, we just doing 4. Mount Rushmore got 4, so this is the last.
I'm saying, can we put
person,
a team as one of the, I guess a group on the Mount Rushmore?
Oh, as that? Yeah. No, because that's 5 motherfuckers, and you already got 3 up there, nigga. So now you making 8? No.
Alright.
Yeah, it's only 4. It's 4 motherfuckers.
So my last person is Steph Curry.
Okay.
My last person is Steph Curry.
Game changer.
And the reason why is because Steph Curry is the only player in NBA history up to this point that you literally got to start guarding at half court. Nobody else is like that.
Shit, fuck half
Nobody
court.
else.
You gotta guard him when he come on the bus.
Shout out to RDC World Skit.
But I know, right? Got him when he in the bed and shit. Yeah, he's the only player that when it looks like he just threw that shit up,
cash money.
It's nothing but net. And for you to consistently do nothing but net, it's obviously I'm not just throwing these shots up, but it just goes to like you was just talking about with Dennis Rodman, the dedication it takes for the numerous amount of jump shots in these different angles, these different off one foot, one leg, off the opposite foot that he has to take and practice on to be that efficient is amazing to me, and it does, it's a great testament to his dedication to his craft and what he's brought to the NBA. So that would be my last person by us doing it the way we doing it.
Come on, host. What you who got for next?
Okay.
What's up, Nick? What's up, Yogi?
My last person. What's up, next? My last person is Dr. J.
Nah, man.
Because of here we go. All right. So I got Dr. J because of how the NBA merger happened, how he was an ambassador to the game. He was one of the faces of the league at that time, winning a championship, and what he meant and inspired so many people coming up after him, what he was to them. So that's why I got Dr. J.
Man, it's my turn already.
Okay.
Hey, Clue, you can go.
Ain't too many more players now.
Nah.
Okay.
Go.
Mount Rushmore almost over now.
Let's Khalil, you got it, man.
You go. You really want me to go?
Yeah, you got it, man. I gotta think about my decision.
I say my last one would be I'd say I'm gonna go Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
I would have said him, but I thought of Steph Curry.
I bet you did.
I say Isaiah Thomas because he was one of the best defenders in the league and one of the few people who could guard Mike. So, and just what you got to say, Cass? I see you look up.
I didn't say something.
It was your look is the thing that set it off. I chose him because he's like one of the best defenders, and he's one of the few people that could guard Mike. Like, just be a pest to this man. To, like Pops was saying, get into his mental. Why, if he just take you out your mental game, then you ain't gonna be shooting or making that many shots. You still gonna shoot, but you ain't gonna make that many shots. But I don't. That's it. I don't know too much.
I just gotta push.
I don't know too much about him. That's why I can't say too much.
And I'm about to push back just a tad bit. So yes, he was a good defender, but in the defense of Detroit, it wasn't. Mike was just like anybody that's a great ball handler off the rip. His mental wasn't shook by Isaiah Thomas. His mental was shook by John Sally,
that's
Dennis
why
Rodman, Lampier, eating the shit
that's
out
why
of
I
him
asked
when he
you
went to
if
the
I could pick a team, because I know it was the whole team.
That's why you wanted to
That's what I thought. Well, not because of Jordan, but because of what they was able to do as a defense as a whole. Their defensive play as a whole was basically phenomenal for that era.
On me, baby.
To back up why I was going to choose Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is the only player that has beaten all of those other players. None of those. So the Celtics got beat by the Lakers. The Lakers got beat by the Celtics, but they didn't beat like the Bulls too. So Isaiah Thomas was the only one that has knocked the Celtics out of the NBA. They had to go through the Celtics to win those two championships. They had to beat the Bulls, and they've beaten the Lakers with the Magic's Lakers. None of those other three people, juggernauts at that time, which was Bird, Magic, and Jordan, none of those three was able to do what he did, what he was able to do. And that's a big feat between the 80s and the 90s. Those were the teams that were on the top of your tongue when you were talking about, different teams that was doing the thing during those years, just from what I can remember. We'll give the Houston Rockets an honorable mention, but some people don't even give them that because they felt if Jordan hadn't fucking left, they would have never got their two funky championships. Yep. So, and Jordan would have had 8 championships instead of 6. So, but yeah, that's why I was going to choose Isaiah Thomas. I don't know that
much of a backstory.
I've never even
fuck him. He ain't choose him. He ain't choose him. He chose Steph Curry. Fuck him. Isaiah Thomas is garbage.
Yeah,
he was sticking with his thing
for the game than Isaiah Thomas has done. That's why I chose Steph Curry.
I got you, man.
But you talking all that shit, nigga. What's your last one?
Right.
Shit,
well,
since you asked me,
family feud, shit. You extra time.
Since you asked me, shit.
I know, right? He used that extra time to talk shit.
I got my man's Well, shit, if you shut the fuck up and let me talk, damn. But I got my nigga Steph. I got my nigga Stephon Marbury. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all.
That has to be on your Ja Rule shit. I'm from New York. So why you pick that nigga?
Nah, but I got
Hey, but in his defense, Stephon Marbury was the fucking truth back in the day.
He was, okay.
And not only did he ball out, he was a person that if your style of play was like accepted like it is today, Stephon Marbury would have been a human highlight reel for the stuff that he was doing back then. And then not only did he fucking kill here, he went over and took over China's whole damn shit overseas for numerous years and pretty much ran the gambit over there as well. So Stephon Marbury is better than a lot of people think or know. And unless you was a person that grew up in that era or was from New York, you wouldn't know about those different type of things that motherfucker was able to do with The Rock. So I give you kudos to bringing up
my
the person
man
that
Pops.
was
That's not who I was talking about.
I think yeah, exactly.
No.
He pulled that shit out his ass.
I ain't gonna keep him. Because that's not who I was gonna say. But Stephon Marbury is nice, like you said.
You said Stephon Marbury though.
I'm not keeping shit.
Yeah.
My person I'm gonna pick is Dirk Nowitzki. Because Dirk, just like I would say just like Tim Duncan, he was also underrated too. Like a lot of people sleep on Dirk Nowitzki, and it's like he was making shots and he was sitting here perfecting his craft as a 3-point big man. Like he was making threes as a big man and then still getting the same amount of rebounds, and he'll still post you up and back you down. Like nobody could fuck with him. Like he was like his fadeaway. Come on now, who fucking with Dirk on his fadeaway?
That flamingo,
like,
that turkey.
But also he also played his system just like Tim Duncan did. He wasn't like a lot of people say, yeah, Dirk Nowitzki in the Mavs, but it's like he didn't say that. He would just be like, hey, I'm playing ball. And it is what it is. Like, I'm going to play according to the team. I'm going to back you down, hit this fade, or I'm going to hit this three in your face. But I don't get mad that I'm not getting the ball. I'm going to pass it to y'all. Y'all shoot, y'all miss, blah, blah, blah. I try to get the rebound, whatever. It's like, it's the mindset. Most of the time, it's the mindset of how do you feel when you're not getting the ball. It's not, like Pop said, it's a team effort. It's a team sport. It's not about, I got to score all the points. No, it's about me fitting in the team. And if you can fit in the team and play ball and the team have perfect harmony, then we good. He can also do that too. It's like I can put on my points, but also I could also take a back seat, and I don't have that mindset where I need to be the star of the team. A lot of people feel like they need to be the star of the team, and you don't really have to. Like all you gotta do is play your role and do what you need to do for the team to win. That's my fourth person.
Yeah, KD took his fadeaway, some of his shot from Dirk. Now he said that, and you
his 1 foot shit.
Dirk was the first 7-footer that he had that that was unstoppable. It was an unstoppable shot. That's just like DeRozan. He can't shoot a three to save his life. If you get that motherfucker anything inside that 3-point line, that motherfucker killing.
He take like 1 or 2 feet up, and he good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yep, it's cat. Yep. So
I go with that one for my Mount Rushmore. I'm here for y'all, man. That was kind of hard, low key. I like that one. Yeah, Pops took over as the host. Pops took over as the host for a second, so we all here doing big things. I hope.
Said no repeat.
Ain't that right, big homie Khalil? I didn't hear nobody say Mellow one time, but I'm just throwing that out there. He just retired. Just saying, like, shout out to my nigga Mellow. Shout out to my nigga Mellow because he retired. But
I got something for y'all. I got something. So, what Thanks for listening to the Team 7 Pirates podcast. Don't forget to join us again next Thursday. See you then.